Hey, good Tuesday morning, everyone. This is Mitch. Hope you guys are getting up, having a great start to your day. I know personally I'm feeling a lot better this morning compared to yesterday morning. So, hope you guys are feeling great also. As always, in the morning videos, we're going to talk about the weather specifically for today, Tuesday, April the 26th. Only a few more days and then we're into May. We're just working on through 2022. Very quickly, it always seems like the older you get, the faster time moves on by. I'm 30 years old, and I know I'm not that old, but I can vouch for it. It can say that the last few years seems like they've just jetted on by. But anyways, as far as the weather today, not a whole lot to talk about, but what there is to talk about, we are going to talk about. So if you guys have not subscribed, definitely consider doing that. Like the video if you like it. I got 19 current members to my channel. I'm trying to get to 20 by the end of May. So the support during the slow months always goes a long ways, guys. So I really appreciate people who've joined my channel. It goes an incredibly long ways. It really does during the slow months. If you guys got anything I can pray about, please put in the comments below. As always, it gives me an opportunity to pray over it. And more importantly, it gives hundreds to thousands of other people a chance to pray over it also. We can all look out for one another here. So, and glorify God doing it more importantly. So let's roll on through here and let's take a look at water vapor loop. And I'm showing you this is because you can see the moisture still in this area where you have the wider colors on this screen that you're looking at, and then kind of the darker colors, more gray. This is dry air funneling in behind this slow moving cold front that it seems like we've been talking about for about a month now. It's finally working on through. There's going to be some showers and storms to the Carolinas up to Virginia, a marginal risk up. Even Georgia could see some storms, and some of them could be strong, could produce some small hail, some damaging winds. But you're really going to feel it in the Carolinas today. It's going to feel humid. It's going to be very warm ahead of the front. And, the juice is going to be there for some afternoon showers and storms. So if you're a fan of a good old, late spring, summer thunderstorm, you might get your wish tonight. This afternoon, evening, and it might not be that strong or severe. So you might not have anything to worry about. Just a good old front porch afternoon shower or storm. So marginal risk up. So this is a level 1 out of 5. Not a huge deal at all. But there is probably going to be a strong or severe storm or two out there in this region right here, stretching all the way from the middle part of Georgia through about most of the state of South Carolina and North Carolina, mainly the central and eastern parts of those states, and then southeastern and portions of central areas of Virginia. It includes Charlotte, Columbia, Raleigh, Wilmington, Virginia Beach, Richmond, and places like that. So just be weather aware today. Tornado threat, not really a big deal at all. But there was a less than 2% chance yesterday, and there was a tornado reported in Ohio. It was a weak EF 80 mile per hour tornado, but it just goes to show you, just because there's a less than 2% chance, that don't mean that it can't happen. It certainly still can. 5% risk of some damaging winds today and 25 miles at any given point. And hail threat even smaller in this risk right here, 5% risk. So let's talk about the temperatures really quick, and I want to show you it warming up throughout the morning because it's very interesting to kind of see where the boundary is, or where the cold front is, where the cooler air and the warmer air is ahead of the front. And here it is. You can see the front surging. Here's the front, and then the cooler air influenced by the trough that's working through here. But ahead of that front, I'm telling you, it's going to warm, if you're in central to southeast areas of Georgia, the entire state of Florida, just about, especially the peninsula, anywhere from, the southern regions of upstate South Carolina, points southeast through the Midlands and the eastern portions of the Carolinas just in general, and then southeast Virginia, even up into Delaware and southern sections of New Jersey. You guys, especially this area, is going to warm well into the 80s very, very quickly today. You're going to notice it by about mid to late morning. It's already pushing 80 degrees in these areas. And, this is normally what happens ahead of fronts. It typically is one of the warmest, most uncomfortable days as moisture really surges, and it's a combination between the moisture associated with the front and then the heat that hasn't got a chance to cool down because it's still ahead of the front, that builds ahead of the front. So a very warm day across the southeast today. And then you can tell that line of showers and storms moves through and very quickly cools us down by the afternoon hours. In fact, by the time you leave work, you might notice not a significant, but a substantial difference out there as far as when you left work. The dew points, the dry air is probably going to lag a little bit behind the cold front, but it's definitely going to warm up in these areas. But as far as everybody else, Tennessee, Kentucky, the Ohio Valley, y'all stay mainly in the, maybe even just in the 40s in portions of the Ohio Valley. Kentucky, 50s. Tennessee, 50s and 60s. And then areas of the western deep south like Alabama, Mississippi, unless you're in far southern sections of Alabama, you guys are going to have more of a typical spring day. It's going to be in the 60s and 70s for highs. And then just heat starting to build back in somewhat for you folks out in Texas and places like that. But for now, you certainly are still cool compared to the last several days. Sorry, my panels got a little mixed up. But you're starting to warm back up into the 70s, all the way up into South Dakota, all throughout the central and southern plains here. It's starting to build, but temperatures are going to remain cold, downright cold in areas of Michigan. I mean, highs will not get above freezing. Northern sections of Michigan and Wisconsin, very annoying weather for those parts of the world. I've had a couple people complaining that it's just taking forever for spring to get going up here, and I don't know how cold it typically can get this time of the year up there, but still, I mean, 20s and late 20s for high temperatures in late April has to be just awful. It really does. I'm a big fan of cold weather, but not in April. I'm really over it by the time we get into March and April. But as far as, what could happen as far as storms today, a band of light showers moving through the southern Alps here and then through northern areas of Georgia, and then they will enter, start to get outside the mountains, and then they will try to strengthen. Watch out, Washington, D.C., maybe a storm today, but they're not going to pack much of a punch. In fact, compared to maybe 24, 36 hours ago, these storms do not look as strong to severe as they might have could been. But we're starting to get into about 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Some showers start to enter the central Georgia area, areas of the Midlands of South Carolina, start to move from the Triad to the, not the Triad, but the Triad to the Piedmont of North Carolina. Then they work their way into the Triangle of North Carolina. And then I would say probably around dinner time, some storms are going to try to get going, especially where you have some big time heating here in the eastern Carolinas and southeast Georgia. And I really think this is when you can have the threat of severe weather right into here. You see these pockets of those more highlighted colors of yellows and oranges and reds. That's where, you could have some stronger storms. So watch out, maybe Myrtle Beach a little bit later this evening, Orangeburg, South Carolina. Maybe getting into Savannah a little bit later tonight. But I don't think these storms are going to be that big of a deal. But even watch up here, the areas of Maryland, southern sections of the Delmarva area, Virginia Beach, you guys could see some showers and storms. Hopefully we all see some rain today, and hopefully we don't have this strong to severe element to it, and we can all get some much needed rain. I know in springtime it's very important to get some Mother Nature rain for sure, but we'll see what happens here. It's a big question mark on how this is going to develop, but as the entire eastern central U.S. as a whole, some showers up here in southern New England, just New England in general, in the northeast throughout the day. And no storms expected up here in this region. Maybe some light to moderate rain, just kind of a rainy day. And this really begins to intensify probably later this evening into overnight as maybe some type of low pressure starts to develop and really kind of expands the shield of rain somewhat. But back here, unfortunately, you guys are going to be dealing with some snow for areas of northern Wisconsin and northern Michigan. It's probably going to start probably as early as probably in the next hour or two, honestly. Maybe it's already snowing in certain sections, and you're going to have some lake-influenced snow showers for sure for these areas up here. Maybe even, Green Bay could see some snow showers today. Just definitely some annoying weather up there. Unless you're a fan of snow in late April, there you go. You're going to get some. But some snow showers in this portion of the country up here today throughout the evening hours, and they should begin to diminish somewhat overnight. But this portion of the country has finally quieted down. No rain today, just nice spring-type weather. My folks out west, you're dealing with another storm system that's kind of starting to move through. You're going to be dealing with some rain showers, some snow showers in higher elevations in Idaho today, and just some on and off rain and snow showers, just depending on your elevation. The valley areas of Oregon and Washington State will stay all rain, but really the only moisture will stay confined to these states right into here. In fact, you got ridging starting to build across the southwest, so therefore you're starting to warm up again out here. Temperatures are going to get close to 100 degrees in the desert southwest, and the valleys of California starting to warm up. But once you get up here, you're starting to get cloud and rain cooled air. and you stay probably a little bit below average. But look at Montana, especially the plains of Montana, Wyoming, Colorado. Heat beginning to build all the way back in this region. Rapid snow melt, if it hasn't already melted a lot over the last few days, will occur in this area where y'all just had blizzard type conditions over the weekend. But outside of that, just nice weather out west pretty much, but you can tell with the cooler areas well below average temperatures today and throughout the day. But you're going to have a quick day of well above average temperatures in the southeast. You can see it, the red colors here indicating above average temperatures, but below average temperatures dominating a pretty large portion of the country. And you can see that little pocket of below average temperatures here in the Pacific Northwest. But moving forward here, severe weather is going to become the topic. Now over the next probably 2 days or so, the threats are not going to be that high. Marginal risk tomorrow for this section of the country, Panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma, areas of Kansas. Watch out here. Even areas of southeast areas of Colorado, even New Mexico. Watch out. Maybe some severe weather. And then we're also watching it for our day 3, this is for Thursday. It shifts a little bit into Oklahoma and Kansas and then further east areas of Texas. And then we're watching this day. We'll continue to break this down tonight and what's going to happen here. But this is going to be a big system if the cap can break. A lot of dynamics building in this region. So that's all I got, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in this morning. Hopefully the volume sounded good. God bless all y'all. Thank y'all for the support, and y'all have a great Tuesday.